Ladies and gentlemen, Chinese and foreign friends from the media, good afternoon. Welcome to the second press conference held at the press center of the 20th CPC National Congress. Today we have invited 3 delegates to talk about how the CPC will unswervingly exercise full and rigorous self-governance and further advance the great new project of party building in the new era, and also share with you their thoughts about the report. The delegates are Comrade Xiao Pei, Deputy Head of the Central Commission for Discipline Inspection of the CPC and Vice Chairman of the National Supervisory Commission, Comrade Xu Qifang, Deputy Head of the Organization Department of the CPC Central Committee, and Comrade Tian Peiyan, Deputy Director of the Policy Research Office of the CPC Central Committee. I now give the floor to Comrade Xiao Pei. Ladies and gentlemen, friends, good afternoon. Yesterday, the 20th CPC National Congress officially opened, which drew attention from across the country and the world. While listening to the report delivered by General Secretary Xi Jinping and the strategic decisions on advancing party building, I was reminded of the extraordinary journey of full and rigorous party self-governance in the new era. From his report, I can sense a strong sense of political conviction and a strong spirit and commitment to the party's cause. 10 years ago, at the conclusion of the 18th Party Congress, General Secretary Xi pointed out when meeting with Chinese and foreign journalists that people's aspiration for a better life is what we will be striving for. Under the new circumstances, there are still problems that remain unresolved in our party. For example, corruption and pointless formalities, bureaucracy out of touch with the people, etc. The whole party must remain vigilant, as we know that it takes a good blacksmith to forge good steel. For the past 10 years, the CPC Central Committee, with Comrade Xi Jinping at its core, has included full and rigorous party self-governance into its strategic layout, which rather offend a few thousand than fail the 1.4 billion. Driven by this sense of mission, we launched an unprecedented fight against corruption. Efforts for full and rigorous party self-governance over the past decade have fundamentally reversed lax and weak self-governance in party organizations. These helped prevent the party from degenerating due to corruption, unhealthy conduct, and rampant privilege seeking. They also prevented infiltration and intervention in the party by powerful interest groups. The party has thus won the historical initiative to maintain close bonds with the people and enjoy sincere support of the people. It has also won the initiative to closely unite the party, stay at the forefront of the times, and lead the people to great rejuvenation. Full and rigorous self-governance is the salient feature of party building in the new era. Our party has prioritized efforts to strengthen itself politically and made it its top political principle to uphold the centralized, unified leadership of the CPC Central Committee. It has disciplined political life within the party, stepped up political supervision, and ensured that the party's theories, guidelines, and policies, as well as the decisions of the CPC Central Committee, are implemented in earnest. Our party started its endeavors by implementing the 8-point decision on party conduct, hammered away at the 4 unhealthy trends, and advocated new conducts We have reversed long-running unhealthy trends and remedied long-existing ailments, thus cementing the political foundation of the CPC as the governing party in China. Our party has strengthened its discipline, set strict and clear political discipline and rules, and maintained a tough stance to boldly exercise genuine strict self-governance in the long run. Our party has been going after corruption with zero tolerance and have worked to ensure that officials do not have the audacity, opportunity, or desire to be corrupt. We have taken a tough stance on corruption cases involving political and economic problems and firmly punished corruption that occurred at people's doorstep. Since the 18th Party Congress, China's discipline inspection and supervision authorities have set up 4.648 million cases for investigation, including 153 officials overseen by the organization department that were investigated, 25,000 Director General level officials that were punished, and over 182,000 Director level officials have been punished. The fight against corruption has scored an overwhelming victory, with its gains fully cemented. Our party is committed to combining self-governance with people's supervision. And by tendering itself through revolution and full and rigorous self-governance, the 100-year-old CPC is at its prime and found the answer to escape the historical cycle of rise and fall that is self-reform. The 20th Political Party Congress has made strategic decisions on steadfastly exercising full and rigorous self-governance and deepening the great project of party building in the new era, and will deepen our understanding of the significance of the two establishments, strengthen four consciousness, firm up four sphere confidence, and ensure two upholds. We need to vigorously embrace Xi Jinping thought on socialism with Chinese characteristics, uphold the centralized and unified leadership of the CPC Central Committee, and improve the party system for self-reform, and improve party conduct and discipline in a strict manner. We will also win the critical and long-term battle against corruption, lead social revolution with further self-reform of the party, and build a socialist modern country in all respects. I now give the floor to Comrade Xu Qifang.
Friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to meet with friends from the media. Yesterday, the 20th National Congress of the CPC was successfully opened. We listened to General Secretary Xi Jinping's report together. The report is defined by a distinct theme, deep thoughts, rich content, and encouraging remarks. It is the political proclamation and action guidelines that spur the party, the country, and people of all ethnic groups to write a brand new chapter in building China into a great modern socialist country in all respects. According to the arrangements, let me give you a briefing on the implementation of the party's organization line in the new era. In July 2018, General Secretary Xi Jinping made a thorough description of the party's organization line for the first time and spelled out its scientific content. It provided the direction and guidance for the party's organization work in the new era. The Organization Department of the CPC Central Committee and all localities and departments have been studying and implementing the spirits of General Secretary Xi Jinping's important remarks as an important political task and focused on advancing the implementation of the party's organization line in the new era. First, upholding and strengthening the party's overall leadership. Top priority is given to strengthening the party politically. The whole party has done a better job in strengthening the consciousness of the need to maintain political integrity, think in big picture terms, follow the leadership call and keep in alignment, enhance confidence in the path, theory, system, and culture of socialism with Chinese characteristics, and uphold General Secretary Xi Jinping's core position in both the party's Central Committee and the party as a whole, as well as the authority and centralized unified leadership of the party Central Committee. The core leadership role of the party has been significantly strengthened. Second, enhancing cohesion and forging the party's soul with the party's innovative theories. Studying and implementing the Xi Jinping thought on socialism with Chinese characteristics for a new era has been made the top political task. We have earnestly conducted the Never Forget the Original Inspiration and Founding Mission education campaign and activities to study party history. More solid efforts have been made to arm the party with innovative theories. Third, improving the organization structure of smooth communication and effective implementation. We kept a clear focus on the primary level in major battles and challenges such as poverty reduction, rural revitalization, and COVID-19 response. Primary level party organization have played a key role, and more party members have become role models. Fourth, cultivating high-caliber professional officials. We have fully implemented the criteria for judging competent officials in the new era and the requirement of officials to be loyal, upright, and responsible. We set up and improved the 5 systems of competence cultivation, appointment, promotion, strict management, and positive encouragement, advanced the classification and management reform of civil servants, and forged a team of officials who meet the requirement of the times and are capable of overseeing the modernization work. Fifth, implementing the workforce development strategy. We convened the Central Talent Work Conference and accelerated the building of a world-class talent hub and innovation highland. We deepened the reform of institutions and mechanisms of talent development, implemented major talent programs, and advanced innovations and breakthroughs of the talent work in the new era. Sixth, running the party with systems and regulations. We kept deepening party-building institution reform, and party building has been better conducted with a science-based, institutionalized, and standardized approach. The report to the 20th Party Congress has made clear requirements for party building and the party's organization work. We must study earnestly, act on it, and focus on efforts in the following areas. First, continue to arm the party with innovative theories in the new era. Urge party organizations, members, and officials at all levels to thoroughly study Xi Jinping thought on socialism with Chinese characteristics for a new era. Truly appreciate the decisive significance of establishing Comrade Xi Jinping's core position on the Party Central Committee and in the party as a whole, and establishing the guiding role of Xi Jinping thought on socialism with Chinese characteristics for a new era, and earnestly uphold General Secretary Xi Jinping's core position in both the Party Central Committee and the party as a whole, as well as the authority and centralized unified leadership of the Party Central Committee. Second, organize party-wide study activities, take coordinated efforts to advance the study and training activities on the spirits of the 20th Party Congress, and align the thoughts and actions of party members and officials with the spirits of the Congress. Third, always keep in mind the country's top priorities. Do a solid job in selecting officials, recruiting talents, and focusing on the primary level. Advance the high-quality development of the party's organization work in the new era, and provide firm organization underpinning building a modern socialist country in all respects, and advancing the great rejuvenation of the Chinese nation on all fronts. Thank you.
Now give the floor to Mr. Tian Peiyan. Friends from the press, good afternoon. I would like to brief you on the theoretical innovation the parties made in party building the new era. Since the party's 18th National Congress, in view of the new requirements for party leadership and building, and the fundamental questions of what kind of Marxist party exercising long-term governance we should develop, as well as how we should go about achieving the tasks, General Secretary Xi Jinping has delved into exploring the laws underlying governance by and strengthening of a Communist Party, put forward a number of groundbreaking new concepts, thoughts, and strategies on governing the party, and achieved major theoretical achievements, making important contribution to enriching and developing the Marxist theory on party building. The rich theoretical achievements could be summarized as follows. The general requirements for party building for the new era has been proposed. The policies, main tasks, focuses, general layout, and goals of party building for the new era are identified, and the strategic policies are exercising full and rigorous self-governance put forward. He stressed that exercising full and rigorous self-governance, the basis is full, key is rigorous, and focus is governance. Earnest, decisive, and lasting efforts are needed in the process of implementation. Self-reform is the second answer to escape the historical cycle of rise and fall, and we must boost the party's ability to purify, improve, renew, and excel itself. The CPC leadership is the defining feature of socialism with Chinese characteristics and the greatest strength of the system of socialism with Chinese characteristics. And the party is the highest force for political leadership. The party's political building is of fundamental importance to the party as it determines the direction and efficacy of party building. Ideals and convictions are the source of strength and the anchor of our political soul as communists, like essential nutrients. The organization line for the new era was set to apply the criteria for judging competent officials, improve the forceful organization system in which officials can be demoted as well as promoted, and strengthen the political organizational function of primary level party organization. The party's conduct is the party's image. It is the barometer of assessing the relationship between the party and the people, and the officials and the people. There is no end to improve the party's conduct and rectify pointless formalities, bureaucratism, hedonism, and extravagance. The fight against corruption is a major political struggle that the party cannot and must not lose. Integrated efforts shall be made to see that officials do not have the opportunity, desire, or audacity to engage in corruption, and use punishment as a deterrent, strengthen institutional constraints, and promoted heightened consciousness. Public power comes from the public and thus must serve the public. The party and national supervisory system must be improved to strengthen restraint and oversight of power. Party strengthening is one of the most important tasks, and the responsibility of exercising full and rigorous self-governance must be earnestly implemented. The above theoretical achievements provide the basic guidance for exercising full and rigorous self-governance, and have demonstrated strong theoretical and practical strength in guiding the party building in the new era. They have strengthened the party's leadership comprehensively, significantly boosted the party's capacity to provide political leadership, give guidance through theory, and organize the people. The problem of weak governance over party organizations has been addressed, and through revolutionary tempering, our party has grown stronger, which provides a strong political guarantee for the party and the country to strive for historic achievements and reforms. Thank you. Now the floor is open for questions. Please identify your media organization before asking questions. With 求是 Journal. Before the CPC's 20th National Congress, the 7th plenary session of the 19th CPC Central Committee again stressed in the communique that the whole party need to deepen the appreciation of the decisive significance of the two establishments. How to deepen such appreciation? Two establishments is the party's major political achievement in the new era, and a decisive element for the party and the state to achieve historic achievement and conduct historic reform. To have a strong leadership core and scientific theoretical guidance is a key mark of a mature Marxist political party and the code for the CPC to achieve the great success of the past century. Historical materialism reveals the principal status of the people in creating history and recognizes the important role of outstanding figures in developing the history. It advocates that every era needs its own outstanding figures as they hold a key appreciation of the trend of the times and the shared aspiration of the people. Therefore, they can set historic missions and identify goals with their lofty ideals and visions, superb political wisdom, and strong sense of responsibility. Such figures can organize people and turn the people's shared aspiration into reality. General Secretary Xi Jinping is the outstanding figure of our era and the people's leader enjoying wide popular support. Marxist theoretical guidance is the basis for the party to stay firm to its belief and convictions and gain historical initiative. Only to pursue science and truth with a scientific and truthful attitude can we continue adapting Marxism to the Chinese context and the needs of our times, and can we answer the questions about China, the world, the people, and the times. Only by answering the questions in line with China's realities, the call of the time, and science-based objectivity can the party rightly observe, grasp, lead, and stay upon the trend of the times. Xi Jinping thought on socialism with Chinese characteristics for a new era is the latest theoretical achievement made by the party in correctly answering the major questions raised by the times and practice. It is the Marxism of contemporary China and the Marxism of the 21st century. It represents a giant leap of adapting Marxism to the Chinese context and the needs of the times. Facts speak louder than words. Since the 18th Party Congress, in the face of the severe and complex situation at home and abroad, the enormous risks and challenges, the challenging and difficult tasks of advancing reform, development, and stability, our party has been able to solve many long-standing problems, achieve many great successes of long-term importance, secure the historic achievements and changes of the party and the state, and advance the great rejuvenation of the Chinese nation to an irreversible historic process. The reason for all such achievements is that General Secretary Xi Jinping is at the helm, and we have the scientific guidance of Xi Jinping thought on socialism with Chinese characteristics for a new era. The decisive significance has been demonstrated by the great achievements of the past decade of the new era and remembered by the party, military, and people of all ethnic groups. It will sure be amplified in the great chapter of the new journey of the party and the state in the new era. Thank you. Next question, please.
请东区第3排右起第1位记者提问。
With Beijing Youth Daily. Recently, General Office of the CPC Central Committee issued the newly revised regulations on advancing the promotion and demotion of leading officials, which clearly points out that to advance the world of promotion and demotion of leading officials, the key is to address the issue of demotion. What are the specific measures? Thank you.
Thank you for the question. On the 8th of September this year, the General Office of the CPC Central Committee issued the newly revised regulations on advancing the promotion and demotion of leading officials. This is a major measure to strengthen the full and rigorous self-governance, and it is crucial to improving the approach to selecting and appointing officials that enables both promotion and demotion, and mobilizes all party officials to score new heights on the new journey in the new era. 7 channels of demotion, including accountability, disciplinary penalty, organizational treatment, resignment, term of office, retirement, and organizational adjustment for unsuitable officials, are spelled out, focusing on the situations where officials are unsuitable for leading positions. 15 scenarios were listed, including political performance, ideals and convictions, fighting spirit, career achievement, views, disciplinary compliance, responsibility, competence, work conduct, and morality. The regulation has further improved the procedures of verification, adjustment, and arrangements for adjustment for officials unsuitable for leading positions, focusing on 6 key areas. First, the yearly assessments of officials are used as an important reference to have a deeper understanding of the political performance, competence, work achievements, work conduct, and reputation of officials. Second is to test and select officials in major tasks and on the front line of major struggles to distinguish the qualified ones from the unqualified. Third is to make a comprehensive use of assessments and fully leverage the outcomes of official assessment, inspection, auditing, statistics, personal matter report, democratic reviews, and letters and calls to have a dynamic grasp of the performance of officials. Fourth is to strengthen accountability. The implementation of the regulation is included in reviews of party committees, including full and rigorous self-governance, the report and review procedures, inspection and recruitment and appointment inspections. Fifth is to install a chronicle report system so that party committees are required to report about the relevant situation of the previous year, so that the demotion and promotion of officials can be conducted in a regularized manner. Sixth is to strengthen publicity to form a good public environment for the promotion and demotion of officials. Thank you. Next question. Thank you. With CCTV. President Xi pointed out at yesterday's report that we have waged a battle against corruption on a scale unprecedented in our history. What is your assessment of the fight against corruption over the past 10 years?
Nothing can easily bring down a government like corruption. The fight against corruption is the most thorough form of self-reform. The report of the 20th Party Congress made the important assessment that in the new era we carried out unprecedented fight against corruption, achieved overwhelming victories and fully cemented the gains. Since the 18th Party Congress, as I said, among the 553 officials overseen by the organization department that were investigated by the CCDI, there were 49 members and alternate members of the 18th CPC Central Committee and 12 members of the 18th CCDI. There were also 12 members and alternate members of the 18th CPC Central Committee and the 18th CPC CCDI. China's discipline inspection and supervision authorities have also investigated some 207,000 top officials at all levels. We have relied on our advantages of the rule of law and the systems, acted with a firm resolve in cracking down on graft and write a new chapter in the fight against corruption. The campaign against corruption has carried on for 10 years without a moment of lapse. Our party is committed to opposing and rooting out all corruption and delivered on the promise of General Secretary Xi Jinping made after the 18th Party Congress that whoever violated party discipline and the law, no matter how high up they are, will be held accountable and severely punished. This is by no means an empty slogan or empty promise. First, our party has strengthened leadership of anti-corruption work. The CCDI and the Supervisory Commission established after reform have worked in unison, thus realizing the reorganization and reshaping of anti-corruption leadership system, organizational institutions, the workforces and responsibility system, as well as law enforcement and enforcement of party discipline. Second, the momentum of corruption has been firmly curbed. Since the 19th Party Congress, the discipline inspection and supervision authorities have investigated 74,000 corrupt officials, with 48% of them committing corruption for the first time before the 18th Party Congress, and 11% after the 19th Party Congress. This shows that there has been strong deterrence against those who carry on with corruption with no qualms. And we have worked effectively in reducing the number of corrupt officials. With such strong deterrence and policy incentives, since the 19th Party Congress, more than 80,000 officials have turned themselves in to the supervision and discipline inspection authorities. In the meantime, the number of petitions and reports have been declining for years. We have seen a nearly 30% decrease over the years in the number of petitions and reports of corrupt officials. And fourth, we went after the low-ranking corrupt officials that people felt strongly about. After the 18th Party Congress, General Secretary Xi said we must go after both the tigers and flies, or the high and low-ranking officials. We have put people first, going after the big tigers or high-ranking officials, and also the flies or the low-ranking officials. And we firmly rectified negligence and infringement on people's interests. Since the 18th Party Congress, the relevant authorities have handled and punished altogether 650,000 cases of corruption and misconduct in such areas as education, medical health, old age insurance, ecology, environmental protection, law enforcement, and people's well-being, and other areas, so that people can feel that they have benefited from the party's efforts to strictly govern the party conduct and improve party conduct. And people are increasingly happy about the work we have been doing. We have worked with the National Statistics Bureau in carrying out opinion polls for 10 years in a row. And our survey this year shows that 97.4% of the people see our efforts on improving self-governance of the party as successful, which is 22.4% higher than 2012. And 99% of the people believe that such anti-corruption measures by the CPC Central Committee reflects our spirit of thorough self-reform. The 20th Party Congress has made strategic decisions on fighting corruption. That is, anti-corruption is an ongoing process that must go forward, not backward. As long as there are breeding grounds and conditions for corruption, there will be no let-up in our efforts to fight corruption. We must always sound the clarion call against corruption, and this campaign can only move forward, not backward. We must win the critical and long-term battle against corruption to make sure that officials do not have the audacity, opportunity, and desire to be corrupt, and improve the systems and mechanisms to prevent the spread of corruption so as to coordinate severe punishment, regulation of power, and education and guidance, so that we could achieve more institutional outcomes and real effects in governance. Next question, please.
左起第一位男士提问。
I represent Associated Press of Pakistan. The 20th CPC National Congress report said that as the largest Marxist governing party in the world, the CPC must always stay alert and determined to tackle the special challenges that a large party faces, so as to maintain the people's support and consolidate its position as the long-term governing party. What's your comments on this? Thank you.
办公社记者，中共20大报告指出，中国共产党作为世界上最大的马克思主义执政党，要始终赢得人民拥护，巩固长期执政地位，必须时刻保持解决大党独有难题的清醒和坚定。对此，应该怎样理解？
我来回答这个问题。
Thank you for your question. This is a major conclusion made by General Secretary Xi Jinping based on his profound analysis of the historical position of the party, the situation and tasks the party faces, and the changes in the development of the party situation. This reflects the strategic confidence and strategic self-awareness of the party's governance in the new era. With more than 96 million members and 4.9 million primary-level party organizations, the Communist Party of China is the largest Marxist governing party in the world. To govern such a large party, we must hold ourselves to the high standards of the advanced nature and integrity of the Marxist party. The party is well aware that maintaining the party's advancement and integrity, as well as those of the party members, does not come naturally, will not happen overnight, and will not be achieved once and for all. This is an eternal issue that accompanies the party's governance all the time and accompanies party members all the time. The answer to such question, to ensure the unity of thought, action, and pace of the party, to ensure that the party is always full of vitality, always ahead of the times, we must pay continuous hard work, maintain perseverance and determination. Undoubtedly, this is never an easy task. Since the 18th CPC National Congress, we've exercised full and rigorous self-governance and solved many of our prominent problems. But at the same time, we are aware that some deep-rooted problems within the party have not yet been fundamentally resolved, and there is always the possibility that some old issues may rebound and that a slight slackening will lead to a resurgence. New problems are also emerging. The tests the party faces in governance, reform and opening up, the market economy and the external environment will exist for a long time, as will the dangers of a lack of drive, incompetence, disengagement from the people, inaction and corruption. To address the problems in the party timely, withstand the four tests and prevent the four dangers, so as to make sure the party never changes nature and character, this is neither an easy task. It is based on such clear understanding of the unique difficulties facing the party that General Secretary Xi Jinping pointed out in the report that full and rigorous party self-governance is an unceasing endeavor, and that self-reform is a journey to which there is no end. We must never slacken our efforts and never allow ourselves to become weary or beaten. We must persevere with full and rigorous self-governance, continue to advance the great project of party building the new era, and use our transformation to steer social transformation and remain the strong leadership core of socialism with Chinese characteristics. Thank you. Next question, please. With Phoenix TV. In the report to the 20th CPC National Congress, General Secretary Xi Jinping stated that the CPC found the second answer to escape the historic cycle of rise and fall, and that self-reform, and he emphasized that the systems and regulations for the party's self-reform need to be improved. Why the emphasis, and how to improve in the next step? Thank you. This is an important task for the party to exercise full and rigorous self-governance and advance the great new project of party building in the new era. Dare to carry out self-reform is the most distinctive part and unique strength of the party's character. It is the key reason for the party to survive and thrive throughout the century-long journey. The success of carrying out and further developing such features and strengths lies in the role of institutions, as institutions play a fundamental, overarching, stabilizing, and long-term role. Institutional and rule-based governance over the party is a basic policy to exercise full and rigorous party self-governance and a basic way to govern the party. It plays an irreplaceable role in maintaining party unity, restraining supervising power, and regulating party members' conduct and the party's political activities. Since the 18th CPC National Congress, the party has attached great importance to intra-party rule of law. Of almost 4,000 effective existing intra-party regulations, over 70% were formulated within the past decade. On July 1st, 2021, at the meeting commemorating the centenary of the founding of the CPC, General Secretary Xi Jinping announced that the party has developed a sound system of intra-party regulations. This has not come easily. It is an important milestone in the party's history concerning the institutional building of intra-party regulations. It signifies that the party has the basis for exercising rule-based governance. The party has deepened disciplinary inspection system, reform of national supervisory system, formulated and revised regulations on punishment for violating party discipline, and on intra-party supervision. It has facilitated the enactment of law on supervision and the establishment of National Supervisory Committee. All have contributed to a full-fledged supervision of all officials holding public power and providing an important guarantee for exercising power in a fair, law-based, clean, and people-centered way. The institutions and systems must improve along with the trend of the times. We must fill in the institutional blanks in time. We'll improve the quality of intra-party regulations to make sure that all systems are sound and solid in formulation and implementation. Step up review to increase the consistency and authority of regulations, and enhance the execution of intra-party regulations to make it more effective. We will also further develop the supervisory system that is wide-ranging, authoritative, and effective to improve the party's all-round leadership. With intra-party supervision as the focus, we'll promote the communication and coordination of various supervisions and make the supervisory system with Chinese characteristics more mature and more effectively translated into better governance. Thank you. Next question, please. In recent years, new measures have been rolled out on the supervision and management of leading officials, from the overhauling of so-called left-alone officials and more stringent screening on recruitment and appointment to the reporting mechanism of personal matters of leading officials and better regulation of business activities of spouses, children, and their spouses of leading officials. Could you elaborate on the specific measures in this regard? Thank you.
Thank you. Let me take the question. General Secretary Xi Jinping has emphasized on multiple occasions that rigorous self-governance relies on rigorous governance of the ranks, which is all about rigorous management of officials. Since the 18th National Congress of the CPC, organization departments have been following in the close steps of following rigorous self-governance, manage officials with strict standards, strict measures, and strict disciplines to take a holistic approach in strict management and supervision of officials. First, we have kept improving the system of the personal matter report of leading officials with Chinese characteristics. It has been included in the overall top-level design of foreign rigorous self-governance as an effective tool in strict management of officials. We conducted comprehensive cross-checking. Checking rate has been raised from 3 to 5% to 10%. All candidates to leading positions are required to go through cross-checking, and all centrally managed officials were checked before the 20th National Congress of the CPC. Second, we have been regulating the business activities of spouses, children, and children's spouses of leading officials. Starting from 2015, this has been rolled out nationwide. The business activities of spouses, children, and children's spouses of over 4,700 leading officials have been regulated. And the General Office of the CPC National Committee has also issued the regulation on the business activities of spouses, children, and children's spouses of leading officials. Such efforts have been proven to be crucial to regulating the exercise of power and urging leading officials to stay clean in their career, exercise of power, self-discipline, and family conduct. It has also won the extensive endorsement of officials and the people. Third, we have been deepening the inspection and overhauling of leaders' selection and appointment. Since the 19th CPC Congress, in conjunction with Central Inspection Tours, we have conducted full coverage selection and employment inspections in 31 provinces and the Xinjiang Production and Construction Corps and 200 centrally management institutions. In 2021, the rate that the officials and the people believe the selection and appointment work has been done in a good way were raised 23 percentage points higher than the year 2013. Fourth, we have been taking special and holistic measures to address this issue. The special campaign has been leveraged to address a host of lingering problems. For example, we have addressed the issues of overstaffing, unqualified promotion, unlawful establishment of agencies, arbitrary compensation raises, and arbitrary establishment of posts. Another example is that we have conducted a special campaign on left-alone, so-called left-alone officials, and rolled out regulations on the management of left-alone officials and spelled out promotion and access requirements. Another example is that we conducted the overhauling of official profiles. A host of profile forgeries have been handled. Another example is that we conducted the issues including revolving doors and getaway resignments of centrally management financial institutions, as well as efforts to land jobs in related institutions for family members. Going forward, we will continue to act on the spirit of the 20th CPC Congress and the efforts to full and rigorously govern the party and advance full and rigorous management and supervision of officials. Thank you. Next question. Thank you. People's Daily. We kicked off our efforts for full and rigorous parties' self-governance with the 8-point decision on party and government conduct. What achievements have been made in improving party conduct over the past 10 years? How to further improve party conduct and enforce party discipline? Thank you.
Strengthening party discipline and party conduct is a strategic decision made by the 20th Party Congress. Being strict is in the political gene of the Communist Party of China. General Secretary Xi pointed out at yesterday's report that we must stay sober-minded in addressing the unique difficulties facing major parties. One of the difficulties is to never be out of touch with the people. We must always bear in mind our original aspiration and mission, uphold unity and solidarity of the CPC, and uphold the centralized, unified leadership of the CPC. This means that we should always be strict in exercising full and rigorous self-governance of party. When we look back at the conclusion of the 18th Party Congress, the Political Bureau of the CPC Central Committee formulated the 8-point decision. The theme of that decision is to improve party conduct and stay in close touch with the people. At the meeting of the Political Bureau and also the second plenary meeting of the CCDI held soon after that Political Bureau's meeting, General Secretary Xi pointed out that party conduct is by no means a small matter. If things go wrong unchecked, it would erect an invisible wall that would separate our party and the people. We need to start our efforts with the senior officials, including the central leadership. We will be as strict as possible and take real actions to meet that standards. 10 years ago, General Secretary Xi emphasized that we must be strict. Start with senior officials and top leaders. In the new era, our efforts for full and vigorous self-governance started with the formulation and implementation of the 8-point decision. Since the 18th Party Congress, the relevant authorities handled more than 761,000 cases where 8-point decision was violated. General Secretary Xi pointed out that when the 8-point decision was implemented, there is a significant improvement in party conduct, and the 8-point decision has become a signature step that helped improve political and social atmosphere. We have reined in some officials with problematic conduct and won the hearts of the Chinese people. First, the CPC central leadership has been leading by example. They have been upholding the highest standards when it comes to fulfilling their original aspiration and missions. They have lived up to the strictest requirements when it comes to implementing the 8-point decision. The Political Bureau of the CPC Central Committee would hold their annual meetings to look at how the 8-point decision was implemented. All the leaders would lead by example. They would focus on the critical few, be strict with the senior officials and high-ranking officials. Since the 18th Party Congress, about 265 officials overseen by the organization department have been punished for violation of the 8-point decision. Second, we have taken real, tangible efforts on this front. We have started our efforts by banning the use of public funds for gifts such as mooncakes and for banquets and travel. And for the past 10 years, we have taken on one problem after another, and we have focused on one challenge after another, year in and year out. The CCDI and NSC have been publishing violations of the 8-point decision every month for 108 months in a row and made public the names of those offenders in typical cases. Third, we have tackled pointless formalities and bureaucratism. We firmly rectified such practice of paying lip service to the implementation of the decisions of the CPC Central Committee without real actions. Some of them even are doing the very opposite of the decisions made by the CPC Central Committee. And we have worked to rectify the problems of excessive paperwork, meetings, and inspections. Since the 19th Party Congress, the relevant inspection authorities have handled about 282,000 cases of pointless formalities and bureaucratism. Fourth, we are committed to relying on the people for the sake of the people. Many low-ranking corrupt officials have preyed on the ordinary people, asking for money and for bribes, and they have been held accountable for their negligence and lack of responsibility. Since the 19th Party Congress, the relevant authorities have handled 347 cases of corruption, nepotism, graft, and bribery. In the meantime, we have expanded the channel of supervision, launched apps and programs for reporting the 4 types of unhealthy trends, and tighten the network of supervision involving the people. Fifth, we have also advocated better and new conducts, established a regular long-term mechanism to improve the social atmosphere and party conduct. The 8-point decision has become the golden name card for CPC members in the new era. General Secretary Xi has emphasized many times that the 8-point decision is not a 5-year or 10-year decision. It is a set of iron rules that will work effectively in the long run. The report of the 20th Party Congress made it clear that we need to earnestly implement the 8-point decision, rectify the 4 kinds of misconduct, prevent resurgence of such misconduct, prevent invisible mutation of such conducts, and avoid fatigue in fighting such misconduct, and so as to advocate a better party conduct in the new era.
第3排右起第2位记者提问。
你好，主持人，澎湃新闻记者提问：坚持受贿行贿
With the paper, to punish those who take bribes and those who offer them is the important decision by the 19th and 20th Party Congress and has drawn extensive attention from the society. What progress has been made so far? Corruption not only jeopardizes the political environment, it also undermines the economic and social environment. Anti-corruption could help improve not only the political but also economic environment. The 19th and 20th Party Congresses have made instructions on going after both bribe takers and bribe givers. The transactions between the bribe takers and the bribe givers is an important reason why corruption is still occurring. Only when we sever the chain of interests between the bribe takers and the bribers can we eradicate the breeding ground for corruption. Well, these people have degenerated because they have forgotten about their original mission and aspiration as a CPC member. We need to ensure that officials do not have the audacity, opportunity, and desire to be corrupt. We need to make it a regular practice to go after both the bribe takers and the bribe givers. Since the 18th Party Congress, the supervision and discipline inspection authorities have handled and investigated 63,000 people who have committed bribery, and the procuratorate authorities in China have investigated and punished 36,000 people involved in bribery. We need to first of all punish those key demographics who are involved in bribery. The first category include repeated offenders involving large sums of illicit assets and multiple people. The second category involves party officials and state officials who engage in bribery. And the third category includes those who commit bribery in the major work projects and engineering endeavors of the state. And fourth, bribery in organization and personnel work, in law enforcement, judicial work, and finance, disaster relief, and education and medical health. And also the fifth category includes business bribery. Second, we would handle those cases strictly in accordance with the law. The CCDI and the NC will work with relevant departments and authorities, and we have together released the opinions on going after both those who take the bribes and those who offer them. The PRC's supervision law and its regulations on implementing the law has provided for the ways of punishment for the briberies and also the means for handling the ill-gotten gains. And third, we would implement the list management system for those involved in bribery. We would coordinate our efforts in discipline, law, administration, and economic means, and restrict the qualification and market access of the businesses involved in bribery so that those who are involved in bribery will pay a price for their conduct. We will deliver on the decisions of the 20th Party Congress, make our fight against bribery more targeted and effective. We will not only go after those who commit bribery, but also recover the illicit assets. In the meantime, we need to ensure the legitimate operation of companies and ensure that those involved in the bribery and companies will have their legitimate rights and interests protected and produce good results in political discipline and social fields. During the response to major challenging tasks in recent years, including the critical battle against poverty, rural revitalization, COVID-19 commitment, and addressing earthquakes in various sectors, the party members have played an active role in how to ensure that in the event of urgent and challenging tasks, party members will step forward.
Thank you for the question. The strength of the party comes from its organizations. Primary level organizations of the party are the nerve endings of the body of the party. They represent the foundation of the work and strength of the party. A party branch is a fortress, and a party member is a banner. Since the 18th CPC Congress, the CPC Senior Committee, with Comrade Xi Jinping at its core, has advanced full and rigorous party self-governance and extended it into primary levels. We have focused on the improvement of organization strength and highlighting the political function of organizations, and have comprehensively strengthened primary level organizations across all sectors. And we have fully leveraged the key role of primary level party organizations and the exemplary role of party members. In the face of crucial moments and major tasks, party members have braved dangers and difficulties in a demonstration of party members' image as role models. For example, as we advance the poverty eradication work, we have sent 255,000 village-based task forces, 3 million first secretaries and village-based officials who have worked on the front line in rural areas, together with the people there, which has been very warmly welcomed by the people. We have used the rural revitalization campaign as a stage to train party members and officials. We selected capable leaders of party organizations in at the village levels, send village-based first secretaries and task forces, and overhauled the weak and lax village party organizations. We mobilized and incentivized the enthusiasm of party members to revitalize rural areas, building up impressive driving force for rural revitalization. Under collective leadership and command of the CPC Central Committee, party organizations at all levels have been leveraging the participation of party members, officials, and the people in COVID-19 response. They have been fighting at the very forefront to build up a line of defense as the main pillar in the battle. I'm the party member, and let me go first, and I'm the party member, I'll go first. This has become the tenor of the COVID-19 response in China. Mobilized by party members, we have seen a whole of society response to the virus. In the response to earthquakes, floods, and other natural disasters, party organizations at all levels have set up party member squad, party member spot, and party member contact groups to dedicate selflessly to act on the original mission and safeguard the safety of life and assets of the people. What has happened shows that no matter in ordinary times or at crucial moments, primary level party organizations and party members are always the strongest and most reliable support of the people. And this represents the political strength, organizational strength, and strength of close bond with the people. We enjoy such strengths because the CPC Central Committee, with Comrade Xi Jinping at its core, has been leading by example and mobilizing the whole party to stay committed to unified mentality, firm determination, and coordinated actions, and rallied and led all party members, officials, and people to score new heights on the new journey and in the new era. It is because party organizations and party members have been voluntarily studying and appreciating Xi Jinping thought of socialism with Chinese characteristics for a new era, enhancing ideals and convictions, strengthening party character, and maintaining the political nature of them as Communist Party members. It is because party organizations at all levels have been rigorously educating and managing party members to not only build shape but also forge the soul. We have been urging party members to always stay ready and are always brave enough to step forward at crucial moments. Thank you. Last question. Thank you. Guangming Daily. The report to the 20th CPC National Congress noted that the party's leadership is comprehensive, systematic, and integrated. Therefore, it must be exercised in a comprehensive, systematic, and integrated way. Are there any new meanings or requirements of the proposition? Thank you.
Thank you for your question. This is a major political conclusion the party has developed based on an incisive review of the party's experience and the response to the new requirements amidst evolving circumstances. The party's comprehensive, systematic, and integrated leadership includes political, ideological, organizational leadership, and that on major work. It is embodied in strategic and top-level design, as well as in detailed guidance and implementation. It covers the whole process and various areas of party and nation building and is visible in economy, politics, culture, society, environment, military, national reunification, foreign affairs, party strengthening, and other areas. In whatever areas or carrying whatever measures, the party leadership is an integrated unity, indivisible and interconnected. Whichever area, aspect, or linkage is weakened, the party leadership will be weakened, and so will the party and the nation building. Therefore, it must be exercised in a comprehensive, systematic, and integrated way. Upholding the party leadership, we must improve the leadership systems by which the party exercises over leadership and coordinates the efforts of all sides, and refine the mechanism through which the party's central committee's major decisions and plans are implemented. This will ensure that all party members closely follow the Central Committee with Comrade Xi Jinping at the core in terms of political stance, orientation, principles, and path, and that the party's solidarity and unity are maintained. We must fulfill the political duties of implementing party leadership by fully leveraging the leading role of party committees, the basic role of primary level party organizations, and the exemplary role of party members. This has formed a greater synergy of implementing party leadership in an all-round and multi-dimensional way. We must exercise law-based, democratic, and scientific governance, uphold democratic centralism, innovate and improve ways of leading, and translate parties' proposition and nominee into the will of the state and leading officials of bodies of state power through legal and law-based procedures so as to make the party leadership more regulated, orderly, and effective. Thank you. That concludes today's press conference. Thanks for all the participation of the speakers and journalists. Thank you very much.